think, generally speaking, the biggest thing to learn from failure is perseverance. But I think specifically within the context of innovation, failure in some ways breeds both innovation and new ideas. If you sort of think about all the quotes you've heard in your life about success, and take a closer look at most of those quotes are actually about failure and not success. And I think that it's important to keep that in mind, especially when talking about innovation. A big part of innovation is, to fail. Failure are the stepping stones to getting to that final success. So I firmly believe in that. And I think, one of the things just on an everyday basis to remind yourself when trying to innovate is, really twofold. One is, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Making some progress is still progress. It's not about achieving perfection. And then the second thing I try to remind myself is that, it's not about getting it right the first time. And in fact, not getting it right the first time gives you a much better end result, because you learn from each iteration of something that doesn't go the way that you want. We definitely identified areas where things weren't working initially, where we needed more data, where we needed to do more testing. But each of those stepping stones taught us something new about the machine learning model that we were building. And so taking time to really think about, what can we take away from a failed experiment is almost worth the same, if not more, as getting that final success. So I think it's really about perseverance and making sure that you want failure to be a tool on your way to success. What are some tips I can think of for folks related to innovation? I'd say maybe two things. One is a little bit more tactical, and one is sort of a little bit more bigger picture. Tactically, I think data is the new language, and I feel like it has been for a good amount of time. We moved from a time when analyzing a lot of data was the big deal, and now we're at a time where it's not just about analyzing, but it's about scaling that analysis in a way where you can find things that you may not be otherwise able to find. So I would say, it's critical for both young professionals and mature professionals to have a baseline working knowledge of how data works. Nobody needs to be a machine learning expert to use machine learning, but it is important to be able to speak the language of data as a business person, so that you can communicate with people who are machine learning experts, to be able to provide them with a clear articulation of what you need the machine learning model to do for you. A more strategic lens maybe is just this idea of continuing to learn and continuing to try. I think I want to make sure that folks think of innovation as a process and not a destination. You don't get to innovation as the end result. Innovation breeds byproducts based on how long you stick with the process of innovating. So, this ties back to our discussion around failure and being comfortable with failure. So I would say, as long as folks are open to trying new things, learning new things, and putting some time into incorporating those skills and new technologies in ways that can help yourself or your organization move forward and try new things, I think maintaining that spirit is probably the most important thing.